Newton's universal law of gravitation. Now, according to Newton's universal law of gravitation, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a definite force. This force is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the two objects and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So according to Newton's universal law of gravitation, there is a force of attraction between any two objects in the universe, and that every object attracts every other object with a force. And this force is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the two objects, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So here we have two objects, and their masses, we will consider them to be m1 and m2 respectively. They both are separated from each other by a distance d. Now here we will consider the unit masses of the two objects. Unit mass means let the objects be of 1 kg each, and even unit distance we will consider. Let the distance be 1 meter. They both are separated by a distance of 1 meter from one another. So we have considered unit masses, that is 1 kg, and unit distance, that is 1 meter. So both these objects having mass m1 and m2, they both are exerting force upon each another. The diagram shows two objects with masses m1 and m2 kept at a distance d from each other. Mathematically, the gravitational force of attraction between these two bodies can be written as, so this force of attraction between the two objects is directly proportional to the product of the masses. So product of the masses we will take m1 and m2, and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So it will be upon d square. Now, if we want to remove this proportionality sign, we need to introduce a constant of proportionality. So this proportionality constant here is called as the universal gravitational constant. It is indicated by capital G. So this force of attraction is equal to G m1 m2, that is product of the masses, upon square of the distance, that is d square. So we get the formula, that is F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square. So here G is the constant of proportionality and it is called as the universal gravitational constant. Here we have been given the value of G, which has been calculated. The value of G was first experimentally measured by Henry Cavendish, and the SI unit, its value is 6.673 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So that is Newton's universal law of gravitation. That is, there exists a force of attraction between any two objects in the universe, and this force of attraction is directly proportional to product of the masses of the two objects and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. The above law means that if the mass of one object is doubled, the force between the two objects also doubles. Also, if the distance is doubled, the force decreases by a factor of 4. Now, this equation we have studied and we have come to know that the force of attraction between the two objects is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the two objects, and it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. And we had introduced a constant of proportionality, that is capital G, which is called as the universal gravitational constant, and the value of G is the gravitational force that is acting between the two objects. Now let us try to understand this statements that are given over here. We know that the gravitational force is directly proportional to the product of the masses of the objects. So more massive the objects will be, or that is, the greater the mass of the objects, the greater will be the gravitational force of attraction between them. So as the mass of either object increases, the force of gravitational attraction between them will also increase. If mass of one of the object is going to be doubled, then the force of gravity between them will also get doubled. If mass of one of the object is tripled, then the force of gravity between them will also get tripled. Similarly, we know that the gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two objects. More the distance between the two objects, the weaker is the gravitational force. So as the two objects are separated from each other, the force of gravitational attraction between them will also go on decreasing. And if the separating distance between the two objects is doubled, then the force of gravitational attraction between them will be decreased by a factor of 4. Now here it has been explained to you. The force between the two objects is inversely proportional to square of the distance between the two objects, that is d square. Here we have the distance has been doubled, so we have written 2 here. It will become 2d square, and this comes out to be 1 upon 4d square. That is, if we are going to increase the distance and we are going to make it double, then the force of attraction between them will be decreased by a factor of 4, or it will become 1/4. If the distance between the two objects is tripled, that is, it is increased by a factor of 3, then the force of gravitational attraction is going to be decreased by a factor of 9. So this is what we learn from Newton's universal law of gravitation. If the two bodies are spherical, the direction of the force is always along the line joining the centers of the two bodies, and the distance between the centers is taken to be d. In case the bodies are not spherical or have irregular shape, then the direction of force is along the line joining their centers of the mass, and the distance, that is d, is taken to be the distance between the two centers of mass. So today we have studied two topics. One is the Kepler's laws of planetary motion, and second one is Newton's universal law of gravitation. You all will read the lesson, learn the Kepler's laws, and you will even practice the Newton's universal law of gravitation. So we will end the session here itself today, and we will continue tomorrow. Thank you.